So I am Pam Wallach. I'm a technology integrator with Brevard Public Schools, and joining me today is Media Specialist Caryn Good out of Gemini Elementary. And today we're going to talk about building her Northrop Grumman Innovation Center lab. Caryn, how are you today?
Good. How are you, Pam?
Fantastic. Thanks for joining me today and taking time out of your schedule. So today I was hoping that you could start out by talking a little bit about your collaborative experience in building your innovation center model at your school.
Sure. Well, I think, first of all, one thing that's really the main thing about it is it's definitely an ongoing, still going process. I don't think it ever stops. Of course, with the whole team, Pam, Melissa, Ed, Gina, to begin with, you all have played, the biggest role in guiding us, I think, for sure. At my school particularly, I have a very supportive principal and assistant principal who are very involved. Some of the first pictures we took are of our actual principal, who had here he is with the hammer and the screwdriver, putting our Promethean board together. He was so excited. And so definitely with, everyone in the school, we have a technology committee at our school. And so there's a person on every grade level. I really wanted to get them involved. So even though the Innovation Center is, run by me, through me, and the Media Center, I want everyone to feel a part of it. So that was really important to me. So, the technology committee, when we meet occasionally, every other month or so, we talk about things and ideas, and we'll do more of that, as we keep growing. Also, the students, I had a lot of students give their input. I asked them about things. Where should we put things? When we chose our chairs, I let them look at chairs. Which ones do you like and why? So I think the more people, you get involved, as far as, putting the whole thing together, makes it more fun, interesting, and it just makes it better.
Awesome. Can you see you've got some interesting things in your background? Can you tell me a little bit about what are those? Are those Legos or Connects, or what are those?
That's both. So there's so many things, obviously, that we've gotten already. These were some of the first things that we definitely pulled out. And at first, just kind of to see where these kids are at, I just pulled out with our second and third graders, pulled out Legos and Connects, and just kind of did a free build and said, and just kind of right now at Gemini, we are not able to do a before school or an after school program. So I'm doing everything on the wheel at different times. And so I said, in a 40-minute block after we do checkout, said, just free build me something, see how creative you can be. And I mean, the pride and overwhelming joy that these kids had in building some of these things were amazing. So even just taking pieces of, cardstock and a little label maker and putting their name on those things, and just quickly kind of deciding just to kind of leave them up for 2 weeks, with their name and their grade on the little card. And they're so proud of them. And any chance they get, anytime they come in, even to check out a book, they'll bring their buddy over with them and point out, what they did. And just some really awesome things. One thing, it was so big, we had a book fair. I had to actually, ended up, it kind of got taken apart a little bit, had to take it down. But we had some second graders within 20 minutes put together a huge, fully functioning, working, rotating, spinning Ferris wheel.
Oh, wow.
And this Ferris wheel, and they were putting together, right before the class was leaving, we had a student who was saying, oh, let me build bucket seats for the Ferris wheel. And they were just adding on, and I just couldn't believe it. These second graders, what they could do. And no booklets, no instructions, nothing, just what these students can do. It's just mind blowing.
Wow.
So.
Caryn, can you talk to me a little bit and tell me about life before the Innovation Center grant as opposed to life after getting the grant? How has it changed up what you're doing in the Media Center and your outlook on media in general?
That's probably one of the easiest things to speak to, just because it really has been just life-changing, career-changing for me, I feel like. I've always been strong in technology and passionate, I guess, about technology, just as an educator. But so as I became a media specialist, of course, and I've always been very passionate about reading, though. So in the media center, you have, as far as we do have an open checkout policy. And so as students are coming in and out all throughout the day, you do have, your same kids that are in and out every day, getting the books, who are passionate about reading. And, you have those same kids. You have your kids that aren't going to be in the library, who, when they need to meet their AR goal at the very end of the 9 weeks, you finally see them coming in saying, I need to get 10 points in a week. I need books right now. Help me. And now we're seeing maybe those kids and some kids that I wouldn't see, and kids that maybe, duck their heads when they come in the media center, or maybe would say, oh, it's my media activity today. They are so excited to come. They are, I literally say this to teachers, they are losing their minds. They lose their minds over the 3D printers. They're every day, are you printing today? Are you printing today? Or I have a project. Can you look at my project? Can you see what I'm doing? They're just so excited. It's just built, just such excitement around the school, just such a buzz. And so it really has changed the atmosphere in here. We have been tech savvy in our media center, I feel like, in our school, but it's at a whole new level. Students in classrooms, so not just in the media center, a fifth grade classroom, they were all studying about weather. And one of the groups, a student said, we're doing tornadoes, and I built a model on a tornado on Tinkercad, which is one of the programs that we learned, and I taught the students. And he went in at home, built a tornado model, and came in and asked his teacher, if Mrs. Good allows me to print it, can we use this for our project? And I mean, he was just ecstatic to be able to print that and show that off. And it's just been awesome. Really awesome.
Okay, can you speak a little bit to how what you're doing in the media center supports, or how it will interact with classrooms in the future, as you're still, because we know you're still kind of planning and building and learning and rolling out the center. What's your vision for how this could extend to a classroom?
Yeah, I think right now it's bits and pieces, and as we're getting things in, experimenting, trying things. The teachers definitely want to learn more. Of course, the kids want to learn more. I think that at our school, like I said, it's hard for us. I'm not sure if we would be able to have like a before school, after school program, but we're trying to work out something next year where maybe I have one day a week that there's like a Maker Monday. And teachers are excited to want to come in for an extended amount of time with their classes. And, we're trying to move towards, we talk about having modules and units and going back to things like that, where, you have an extensive unit, something that the students are interested in, and you can spend more time on those things, and where we can, actually come together and have a challenge for these kids, and really have these STEM based lessons. And so they can work together in their groups, and I just think it'll change so much of their experience, where it can be technology, it's all those things in STEM, so that they would be able to do that in the library, carry it over into their classroom. And then the teachers are collaborating too. So it's, the media specialist, it's the teacher. I just think that it's more people working together, the students, the teachers. I think it's just going to keep changing and evolving as we keep growing.
Well, that's definitely some wonderful information you've shared with us about your media center and your journey towards an innovation center lab. Do you have any advice or anything you could recommend to any other teacher or media specialist who's looking to start a makerspace innovation lab of their own?
I would definitely say that, as blessed and as lucky as I feel and as we are to have been one of the schools to be able to receive the grant that we have, there is absolutely tons of ways that you could do it. Any teacher could do this, whether it's for their own classroom or whether it is the media specialist that wants to do it for their school or anybody. If it's a math teacher that wants to create, a math lab. I know that just to support, as I shared with you before, Pam, the Lego boxes. I mean, 3 boxes of more than 500 Legos each. Two grade levels, they were gone within days of these projects that they were making, and that was just a free build. So there are donors choose was awesome. I had never done one before. I'll be honest, as a teacher, I was very hesitant to do something like that, just because you feel bad asking for things, but it's for students, it's for kids. And that was very successful. And the kids get to do projects, and you get to share the success in that. So people are willing to give for such a good cause. So that's definitely a good one. And I know that for us, having Scholastic book fairs and Barnes and Noble. I mean, Barnes and Noble carries so many things. Our 3D printers are through there. So many of the things that we got are through Barnes and Noble. So that's a great resource. Scholastic Dollars, we have catalogs that they carry things as well. There's so many resources out there that you can use, and recycle centers. I mean, I feel like there's a lot of possibilities out there, and parents are willing to donate. I've had a lot of parents, now that they are seeing things on the shelves, even coming out of the woodwork saying, "Oh, do you take Lego donations?" I mean, we have Legos. They're only good for so long with their kids, and once they grow out of them, they're ready to get rid of them. So, even asking in newsletters and things like that for donations. So there's a lot of ways just to start things. I feel like, and anybody could do it for sure.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for sharing with us today, and we wish you luck on your continued journey, and we hope to talk to you again soon.
Thank you, and thank you guys for everything you do.
Take care.